Please click the thumbs up, like, and subscribe, and the bell notification. Thank you. Please click the thumbs up, like, and subscribe, and the bell notification. Thank you.
Ragashanti live. Ragashanti live. Ragashanti live. Oh, time. Ready.
I Mixup An Blenda time. I'm want to call and talk of the King's Day.
That's the reason I'm done with him, because I see the boy out there to get up here to see him, Raga.
Well, the boy have you and the girl have here with the same red rock?
Yes. Raga.
Yeah.
This is the girl with the next side of story about the red Raga. Then people that look at me and say you're Haganiering because we are.
Yo, that word them mad. Haganiering. Haganiering to the flipping world.
Hi. Ragashanti, I did mix up daddy. Hallelujah. Ragashanti go on and on.
Yes, Ragashanti. Do you know how rich feelings this, right? And you know me have to listen to your program because you talk a crocus bag of things with scandal side of it.
I Mixup An Blenda time.
Ragashanti live. Ragashanti live. Ragashanti live.
I Mixup An Blenda time.
Ragashanti live. Ragashanti live. Ragashanti live.
I Mixup An Blenda time.
Ragashanti live. Ragashanti live. Ragashanti live.
I Mixup An Blenda time.
Ragashanti live. Ragashanti live. Ragashanti live. All right. Good night. Diva Frisky, I see you, Bobo. And I see why you post right this, so you know, sure. Yeah, you know. We like that. You know, no load up now for go on. We like that. Big up on yourself, people. Up, so wrong, so down, so over, so under, so back, so over, so all. Big up on yourself, man. I'm in here, Ragashanti, you're in tune to Ragashanti live on the Bridge 99 FM. Large up on yourself and thing, reaching all over Jamaica and thing. And of course, I'm broadcasting from the IrieJam studios right here in New York. I'm Prezi at the control. I take care of all of the technical stuff, them and so on. Well, people don't know it's a daylight saving time forward, so Jamaica is now on the same time as the United States East Coast again. Right? Well, different thing for the West Coast and Central Time and them thing there. But East Coast, you know, go right up in Canada too, you know. Nova Scotia, Toronto, Ottawa, and all them place there. Well, Ottawa, did I get it right with Ottawa? I want me to get it right. But I know definitely Toronto, you see me? Toronto, New York City, the East Coast go right now. Jersey. Well, I can't say Pennsylvania because I think part of Pennsylvania, you know, gone over in the Midwest, I think. Not sure. But definitely Rhode Island, Delaware, Maryland, Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia with Atlanta down there, and of course Florida. The whole of it up on the same time with Jamaica right now and thing again. And for those of you who've been a little bit, there's this consideration to eliminate, I think, is either Eastern Standard Time or Daylight Saving Time, one of them, so that the time can just be, straight. In the United States, the bill, for law, it has to be a law for change it, right? And the way laws are made in the United States, just want to remind you again, is that the Congress, which is comprised of the House of Representatives and the Senate, they have to both houses of the Congress have to pass it, and then whichever president is in power have to sign it into law, right? So one part of the Congress pass it, that would be the House. No, I think it's the Senate pass it, and the House not pass it. One of them pass it, but the other one not pass it yet, and the other one have to pass it, and then it go to the president, and then the president sign. But what that means is that come next March, I think we're going to switch back. Because President, Daylight Saving Time, we not know. Now that will just change into. So I think come next March, we're going to switch back to Eastern Standard Time. So again, some people are a little bit confused because you believe that if what? Daylight Saving Time don't know. So we're in an Eastern Standard Time now, right? Okay. So some of you are confused because one house of the United States Congress passed it, and you are mistaken and believe that's no law. Not all of us are aware of things work, the way our laws are made here in the United States, system of governance. But again, one house out of the chamber, out of the Congress pass it, the other one pass it, but when the other one pass it, then they're going to send it to the president. The president will sign it. But until then, they're going to keep on a change. All right? Particularly given that tomorrow is midterm elections in the United States here. And the Republicans are projected, we're pretty much confident the Republicans will retake the House of Representatives, and that is going to, they are going to set the agenda about what is important and what is not important. And they made us put this matter on the back burner regarding eliminating, regarding just keeping daylight saving times, I think it is, whichever one them are going to keep. So that is that. Next, people, the update on Spice. A lot has been happening, and there's been a lot of moving parts with this issue. And not surprisingly, some emotions are, getting the better of some people out there. And we live in the age of social media, so, everybody have something to say, and everything where everybody say is out there, and then people are here where everybody is saying whatever. So there's to say that there's a diversity of opinions, and on this matter, it would be an understatement. It's a whole heap of thing, I say, a whole heap of thing. Now, I am going to give you an update on it, and then I'm going to say something about plastic surgery and cosmetic surgery. All right, so again, I'm going to give you an update on the Spice situation, and then I'm going to say something about plastic surgery and cosmetic surgery. Like I said, there's a lot being, but some clarification first. The first one is, some of you had made a post on Instagram that first I make a post say, yo, people are blew up my phone and tell me say Spice get heart attack. And then I make a post and say, yo, me hear about it. So, me don't know what is what, me hear about it, but so nobody now have to keep on and blow up my phone. People don't know where it go. A long time I say, a whole heap of people know me. A whole heap of people, whatever. So when, sometimes I have to do them something. When something big boss, I have to just do them something. I have to tell people so them kind of back off and kind of ease up off of my phone. So that was my first one. Then I go say boom, 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 and make some call and thing and whatever. And I didn't give everything with me here because it was, certain things. And the way it was communicated to me, I had no way of knowing if her loved ones, including her children, knew what was communicating to me. So at that time, I was like, me not say so and so and so and so, but me would say so and so. And what I said was, basically, I was communicating like she did not have a heart attack. But something happened, and the powers that be at work to rehabilitate her from the something where happened, right? Somehow no interpret that to say me I say she okay and nothing never happened. But that is not what I say. When I can go look back on the video, the right on my Instagram too and whatever. Again, when me did hear first, when I found here, because I know a secret that I found here Spice get a heart attack. I think even some certain celebrity come out and say a heart attack she did get. Now that you did hear, Prezi. See the yard well I did hear. So when the clarification come to me say I never heart attack, that me did I tell him say no, I never heart attack. But something did go down. And them I work, you know, for remedy that thing there and thing or whatever. But she never did and nothing like so or whatever. So you have that part. The other thing where someone get at me with, some people they tell me say, Lisa, they pray for her, you know. Me never hear the lady say prayer. I'll know me not hear the lady say prayer. I'll know me not hear the lady say prayer. But through them tell me say, lady say they pray for her. And at the time when they tell me, somebody say, so what should I pray for her for after I know her friend. So me I say, nothing wrong with that. Probably lady say, just a be the bigger woman about the thing and realize the seriousness of the thing and I pray for her. That is what I had said. Right? But I know me not hear the lady say prayer, you know. I know me not hear what lady say pray. Me go say that now and I say, no, me go say something to the effect like, no, probably our intentions were, you know, she meant well. Boy, someone wanna give it to me. Because when you hear the lady say prayer, and the main issue I wanna have was that one never thinks that lady say prayer was genuine, because according to lady say there's a part of the prayer. Again, I mean, I hear the lady say prayer, and I'm just telling her where you give it to me about, you know, whap me up. But what, I mean, the concern from those of you who, you know, who were responding to what I said was that the lady saw prayer, apparently, according to someone, the lady saw prayer, lady saw make part of the prayer about herself and start talk about something about herself and she and whatever this and that. And so someone, I said, no, that wasn't a prayer. And I said, that wasn't a prayer. And also, allegedly, some other thing, whatever. But again, just by way of clarification, my whole thing was when I hear say, lady say I pray for her, and somebody say, well, lady say I pray for her for after them no friend. My response was, no, she cannot pray for her, even if them not agree and whatever. Them was friend one time, and give it the seriousness of the thing, it could have been the case that lady saw was just rising above, you know, partisanship and acrimony and disagreement and looking on the big picture and just wishing Spice all the best. And many of you, you know, you brought me to book and basically say, Raga, you never hear the prayer, and the prayer from Lady Sir never sincere. But up till now, I still not hear the Lady Sir prayer. Okay. So by way of update now, all right, people, this is what is reported that happened with Spice. There's no secret, say Spice. The term Jamaicans use is do your body. That is a term Jamaican. You do your body. That term has also evolved into an imagery associated with doing your body. So as far as Jamaicans are concerned, if you do your body, the objective is to get a dolly body. And it in the song. Song them know. Shensia, them have this and that and whatever. Again, this whole thing about dolly body. A lot of my older listeners, you know hip to the parlance and the language and wagwan. So I'm merely me attack to right now because confused about enough of the things. So I'm just letting you know, and I'm going to say something about it after too. But I'm just letting you know that is what is going. There's a lot of plastic with regards to the explosion of plastic surgery and cosmetic surgery. Those terms are interchangeable. And, well, I'm assuming they are. Perhaps the professionals who work in this field will tell me, oh, wait, there's a distinction. You never know. But they're used interchangeably, right? So plastic surgery, cosmetic surgery is essentially the same. And particularly for my many older listeners who don't follow this, want to know about plastic surgery a long time, cosmetic surgery is the same. And basically, it's you go to a surgeon who is trained in this area, and they can make adjustments to your body to make it look a certain way. And the most common, the plastic surgery done all over the body, but the most common one out there now is one of them, a BBL, breast button, what prefers it? What the L mean? Breast button lift? Brazilian butt lift. That's what BBL mean. Brazilian. Okay, right. So the BBL is Brazilian butt lift. But it can be done in different ways, right? But the commonest things them what people do with it, what women do with it, is either them get, silicone breasts or whatever, make them breasts get perky and firm, or them take out the fat out of them stomach and them get flat stomach, or them put fat in them bottom and get big bottom. Those are the commonest ones. I mean, people, back in the day when we grew up, plastic surgery was just your nose. Was just your nose, And it was just uptown people who we didn't know how to do them something. They never reached ghetto, right? Back in that day when we were youth, It was just uptown people and rich people at Jamaica, the plastic surgery. And it was just it was automatically your nose and then, and then your mouth. But your lips, I should say, right? But the nose was a big thing. Now, a whole body. It's a whole body. And it's done all over. And Jamaicans are, all up into it and all these things and whatever, okay? So again, just keep in mind, I said, the common thing now what people do is the breast. And if them belly look bigger or whatever, this or that, or them think them belly, they would have liked them belly for flatten. Them do what is called liposuction on them belly. And the other part is your butt. Them bottom for make them bottom big. And again, the whole objective here is in the minds of these people is that it will make them look better. But people keep in mind, you have people who use plastic surgery for real medical purposes. That disease that would deform children's lip and thing and whatever, and a lot of it is in South America. You have plastic surgeons who go down there and other parts of the world and really do these rehabilitative type of things, where for these people it's not even so much about they're doing a kind of vanity adjustment to their body for it to fulfill an aesthetic paradigm that would say that they are now pretty or them now have a dolly body or so forth, and you have those almost clinical reasons. But again, most of what I'm talking about here is just looks. Like the people them never originally sick in any way and whatever. They just want to look better. They just want to look better. That's it. So that's by way of a little background and context. So quite a few Jamaicans have done it. A common thing I get right now. A lot of Jamaicans, particularly Jamaican, men do it too, Men do it too, and that's right. If you know, man do it too. Okay, I'm not getting another part there because I don't want nobody to mix me up and whatever with certain things. But, man do it too, right? Apparently, like all the man, man who do the bottom part and thing and whatever. But the camp, President, let me talk it straight. I'm not going there, but gay men do it. Gay men are very involved. This is general knowledge. It's not exclusive to Jamaica. It's all over the world, South America, North America. But gay men do it for them bottom and whatever. But not just gay men. You have straight men too who have flat bottom who think them want room because woman like when man bottom, whatever. So the point I make is, now, some women love men butt when it round and this and that. But the point I'm making is that this thing has exploded. This thing has exploded. It's all over. And I want to be clear that men are doing it too. So we're going to talk about women, no, but the thing gets so, the expanse of it is so massive now that, whoa, So Spice now had done what it is said is, the bottom and the liposuction for make our stomach flat and whatever. So with regards to the term do your body, Spice had done her body. Spice never hide it, right? Spice make people know she should do it and whatever. Spice not hide it. Shensia not hide it and things. So a whole heap of people who do it hide it. Some people do it neat where you can hardly notice it. But some people are very, very skilled at picking it up on people and whatever. There are a lot of people out there who have never done it and people accuse them, say them go do them body and they're very upset and they're like, this is all natural. This is all natural. Macadam and get up every day and say, for our body natural and people accuse her, say she do her body. You know, Percy? And Maca say, my body natural. And whatever, so you have this thing. So Spice did her body, right? Apparently, Spice did it more than one time. Right? And allegedly, you're Jen. True, me now wear my hat tonight. Jen, I said, boy, Raga, yeah, look. Anyway, moving right along. So allegedly, recently, Spice had wanted to do, at a minimum, the liposuction again, which is to take the fat from our belly, take it out, and flatten our belly. Because again, the aesthetic imperative here is that flat belly is sexy. People, this thing is so massive. When I tell you that men do it, men do plastic surgery now for not only flatten them belly, but put in a six-pack. Like them have a six-pack. Prezi, you never know that? Yes, man, men now put in a six-pack. So there's great focus on the belly, right? So Spice had, she had already done it several times, and she wanted to go back and do it this time. But apparently, Spice is getting older. and just like anybody else, and the body responds in a certain way. The metabolism slows down and things like that and whatever. I don't know what her diet is like. I don't know what she likes to eat and what what type of food she likes to eat and whatever. But as you get older, changes occur in your body and at times it becomes a little bit difficult, for us to maintain certain things. Particularly so if you're not exercising. I won't get into that part, what was said to me about Spice's approach to exercising and her diet. I won't get into that part. A lot of that is being said out there, so only we hear it from other people. Me not getting at that. Because my objective is not to judge Spice, because I'm not going to see where I get to when we don't talk. So me not getting at that part. But just by way for understand what I go on, Spice reportedly, allegedly, wanted to do it to get a liposuction for flatten her stomach again. Allegedly, reportedly, doctors who are skilled at these things, the surgeons who do cosmetic surgery, plastic surgery, allegedly, reportedly, had informed Spice that it's not a good idea. They can't do it because of certain things about her body and her state, and perhaps the fact that she had done it several times, and what may occur, and certain difficulties associated with it. Supposedly, allegedly, reportedly, Spice had gone to different states, different states here in the U.S., consulting different surgeons, asking them to do it, and allegedly, reportedly, none would acquiesce. None wanted to do it because of, apparently in order to do this, your body has to be in a certain state before it can even be attempted. It's a procedure, remember, it's a procedure that is, well, if you're doing the liposuction, it is invasive. That means the surgeon is going inside of you and removing tissues from your body, fat tissue from your body. That is serious stuff, people. And they know what they're doing, but apparently the body, there is a minimal state that the body has to be in for a skilled surgeon to say, okay, we can do it with you. And if the body is not in that minimal state in terms of health, and what I was informed in terms of obesity and so forth, and remember the word obese is used loosely here because it means if you're fat. There's certain state that they recommend you get your body in first before them can do the surgery. And that usually takes time. And it usually takes a certain amount of commitment and work to get your body to that state before it can be done. And supposedly some of this was communicated to Spice and saying that such and such have to happen first before them can do so and so. Allegedly, reportedly, Spice still wanted to go ahead and do it. She's an international star. She's an international dancehall star, and she's on Love and Hip Hop and all these things, and there's all kinds of pressures associated with that, and she knew what she wanted. So after not finding someone who can do it, somehow a link make with a certain woman whose name supposedly starts with M. I won't say her name, what her name is. But M told Spice that she reportedly, allegedly, that she knows somebody who can do it. Cut long story short, the link make, the contact make, and that person who Spice was informed could do it. People, there's some other things, you know, I'm not going at the other thing, them, whatever. Because even when I go in, people are going to beat me about it and say, well, you shouldn't do whatever. So, we just like you know the beer bones. So, when them link the person now, and the person that do the surgery, like plan was made and thing, and supposedly, allegedly, it was in the Dominican Republic, and they went down into the Dominican Republic, and the surgeon do it. Allegedly, reportedly, after the surgery is completing, you have to go to some sort of like a recovery room, or you're required to stay there, and in a recovery, post-surgery type of thing. So in a recovery room where there are certain protocols and procedures that must be implemented there in order to ensure that the recipient of the surgery is in the state that they should be, right? And apparently this is standard protocol. Like, once you do your surgery, you can't just get up and leave. Like, this is a standard thing with the surgeons. You have to be there to do it, for them to do the post-surgery part of the whole process. Supposedly, allegedly, Spice never stay in the recovery place where I guess the surgeon dictated, or I don't know, the hospital or the location or whatever. And apparently some sort of Airbnb was rented for them and things. So Spice, and we understand that. She not go on their own, regular people. Privacy is important. The more you become known and them something. So, she had her own space, and apparently she went back to her Airbnb. And then while at her Airbnb, she started not feeling well, and that just got worse, got real bad, real bad, where she had to be rushed to the hospital, and allegedly, reportedly, after she was rushed to the hospital, she was in a terrible state, and supposedly she was, experiencing multiple seizures, and it was determined that this is quite serious, and that if the appropriate intervention is not exercised, that she could well have passed, right? That is what supposedly the medical professionals determined. Allegedly, reportedly, the surgeon who did Spice thing, like Spice was a third person he has ever done. Again, these are the reports, So clearly the surgeon is not experienced if Spice is only the third person he has ever done. And allegedly, reportedly, what they found was that while he did the surgery, on some level he had punctured the intestines of Spice. The intestines, people, as you know, it carries waste matter. It's almost... The intestine is where you eventually pass out. And we keep it real. It's where you eventually do out. Right? And that form of excretion is relieving the body of toxic matter that, were it to stay in the body, that will, result in that person being sick. and eventually, and can eventually pass away. So that is why the body excretes, through, a urinal mechanism, peeing, or through, excreting fecal matter, feces. So apparently the surgeon reported they never know him, and must go punch one of spice. Not one, well, I don't even know if it's a one, but punch our intestine, because the intestine, maybe just one intestine that is just long, right? But I don't know. I'm not a medical doctor. And that resulted in the matter seeping out into her. And people, again, I am not a plastic surgeon, a cosmetic surgeon, but when we hear that, you just know that some sort of shock occurred with the body, because then that would have gone out there now and gone impact the rest of our organs, the rest of our body, our bloodstream and thing and whatever. And I cannot, if I saw it really go, I cannot imagine, how crazy, that was, and how much pain she must have been in and all these things and whatever. So reportedly, that's what happened. And regarding the heart attack part, no, and this is where some people got it wrong, including many of you are quoting the well-known celebrity who said that and thing. But apparently the doctors, while treating her, had to induce a coma in order to be able to do what they need to do, because she was experiencing multiple seizures and it was worsening. So allegedly there was an induction of the coma. It's not like she slipped into coma from what was impacting her, and it's not that she had a heart attack, as was widely reported. It was during the treatment that the treatment necessitated the inducement of the coma in order to treat her, and you can imagine that that there is some sort of cleansing process, some delicate and meticulous cleansing process had to have been initiated there, and one that had to be done with great care so as not to exacerbate the problem that was already there. And there had to have been a time dimension where they had so much time, just so much time to do, a certain amount of rehabilitative work to get her into a state where, she could start healing and forward. So as many you see that a post was made on social media from her and whatever. Of course, the huge debate is there, like whether she do it or not. The reports are that she gained some consciousness, apparently 2 mornings ago or so. She gained some consciousness, and that there are plans to get her out of the Dominican Republic and to bring her someplace else where she can be better treated. But again, reports are, reportedly, she's not yet in a state, that a state for traveling yet. Reportedly, allegedly. People, I'm not saying that what I've just detailed is so it go exactly. With these things, again, we live in a day and age where everything add and subtract in real time rapidly. A microsecond is a long time. So I'm sure some parts, can be amended in order to, achieve further accuracy and validity in terms of what actually occurred and thing. But those are the general parts. And again, there are a bunch of other stuff that supposedly happened with Spice and whatever, with a lot of judgment going around with that. I am not going to comment on those value-laden parts. I'm just trying to give you what are allegedly the bare minimum facts about what occurred. That's all I'm sharing with you. I'm going to take a break right now, and then when we come back, we have to have a talk about this. We have to have a talk. We need a public discourse about cosmetic surgery, plastic surgery, why so many people are doing it, what considerations should be put in place if you're considering doing it, or if you're doing it, some things you don't need for doing whatever thing. So we're going to initiate that discourse after we take this break. We'll soon come back.
It's the Bridge 99 FM.
How you deal with?
Gonna leave.
Ragashanti live. Ragashanti live. Ragashanti live. Back up in the juggling and thing, Ragashanti live with yours truly, Miss Cherry Wash Belly and things. So, having some sense of the bare bones, like the basics of what Gracie has gone through, what Spice has gone through. People who don't know the plastic surgery, cosmetic surgery thing has just blown up, Big business, huge business, right? A lot of people are doing it. Also, what is driving it? It's a looks thing, right? Fancy term for it in amongst intellectuals, it's aesthetics, right? And aesthetics is, aesthetics deals with the construction of beauty. Aesthetics is the construction of what looks good, right? So aesthetics define what looks good and what doesn't look good. Of course, what looks good is cultural. That means it's not universal, right? What look good and what don't look good is not something that is the same anywhere you go in the world. No. What looks good and what don't look good changes depending on which region you go, which country you go. It changes depending on which parish you go. It changes depending on which island you go and whatever. It changes if you're the north or south or east or west, right? So there are lots of changes there. But some of it, unfortunately, dominates. And the one that dominates is from Western Europe. White Western Europe. And they so for them aesthetics dominate. Why? Because of colonialism and imperialism in the past. And in particular, the way the United Kingdom, Britain, and Spain were successful in that, and including other European powers, of course, the Dutch and all them, something in South Africa, and the French especially. So 3 European countries, their primary success in, hundreds of years ago, over hundreds of years, for them colonialism in spreading for them aesthetics, for them definition of what look good and what don't look good. Britain, Spain, and France mainly, and several other European countries too. But Britain, Spain, and France mainly. Belgium was awful in the middle of Africa, in the Congo region and things like that and whatever. And of course, the Dutch, Holland was awful. Back then, now they're one of the more progressive countries when it comes to these things. But back then, they were awful. But the 3 countries, Britain especially, Spain, and France. That is why English is spoken in so many places. English is spoken in Asia. English is spoken in over the Caucasian part of Asia, over the Russia, Siberian part. You have English speak over there, so too, even though them have for them language, I think English they all about because of the British people them they do it. Spanish they do, except for Brazil we speak Portuguese, Portugal was very involved in other thing too, whatever. It's South America and thing and the yes, France, the Algeria and all them place, the Ivory Coast, the West Africa, them speak French. Because when am I going? Martinique, in the Caribbean, Guadeloupe and all these places and whatever, French. But you know, over in years they have French. So there was this massive thing for them spread them empire. At one time, Britain did control more than half all of the country them in the world. Right? And I saw them spread them thing. Of course, for them, it was about political economy. So it was about power and wealth. Right? It was about control, power. Them run things and tell you what you have to do and whatever. And it was about wealth. You working people them and you thief them money, you thief them art, you thief them this, you thief them that. Anything of value, you thief and bring back. That is what Britain did big pan and whatever. But while they were doing that too, they were brainwashing the respective populace that them go to and thing, and I tell the and communicate to the people them, what they assume to be their superior culture, right? So them minimize, dismiss, erase, disrespect the cultures of people all over the world, cultures that exist for thousands of years before them and all them. Some of the cultures that were more sophisticated than theirs in many ways and complex more than theirs and thing, and them just impose for them thing upon the people them and things. See? And what they ended up imposing on people, again, one of the things them was their aesthetics, their construction of what look good and what don't look good. And that became entrenched in many of the peoples who don't look like them, but them go at the people them country and take over the people them country, kill them off, rape them and thief them things and whatever, and then own the country and then put them something in at the people them mind. And it's so we in Jamaica end up a value light-skinned people over dark-skinned people. It's so we in Jamaica end up at press your chat too loud out there, mind me. Listen to me, boy. It's so when we grew up, you hear this thing about pretty hair. If the hair look like Caucasian hair, like white people hair, we say pretty hair. Another euphemism for it was baby hair. You talk about grown people, No, don't cut off your baby hair, style your baby hair and all them something there, whatever, right? It's so black women start press them ear. Back in the day, the pressing of the ear was nothing. And then cream them ear. And the objective was to approximate, to approximate, to make it as close to a white people ear look as possible, right? Them things are passed down through generations. Generation over hundreds of years to the point where when people born in it, them just say this is how it is. Them don't even know the history, the root of it, why it came about, why them think that way, why beauty is this way and whatever this time. Them just born in it and that's all them know. Same thing at Jamaica we got through it. That's why you have the whole heap of bleaching. Right? And now a manifestation right now has to do with plastic surgery and cosmetic surgery. People in some parts of the world, to be fat is considered sexy. Even in our Jamaica there, you have a contestation in a Jamaica, you still have our African aesthetics always compete with the European aesthetics and thing and whatever. And then out of that come some unique construction that you can say is indigenous Jamaican. That is widespread with the culture, with the religion and all these things and whatever. And it's the same thing with looks. Right? One of the common phrases in Jamaica, but you look fat and nice, see? Up here amongst white people in our country, up here, so you not hear that. Them not talk so. When me come America, it was just interesting to me to hear white Americans just say, oh my God, she's so sick, she's so hot, she's so thin, look at her. And when you look on them maga down to nothing and you say, then I that them talk about the call sexy and whatever. Who never see some of them model there walk and thing and a bare ribs, yeah, say bare ribs. And them say, oh, she look good, Kate Moss is hot and whatever. And I'm like, feed her, give her some porridge, but she hot. Right? So you just have these differences of what look good and what don't look good and things like that and so forth. And I saw the thing I go on with the body thing right now. And the thing take off. Me I hear Jamaican woman a big up man. One time gone, you know, the woman and big up him man. Yo, a good man him take care of her and I see him put her in our house. A good man him take care and see him buy her car. You see him send her go school. A good man and think she not hungry and whatever. People, it's a common thing out there now with Jamaican, with common thing out there now. I can't tell you for years now, for several years now. I can't tell you how many times me hear woman I say, me have to big up my man, you know, because of him give me my body, him make me do my body, right? So him for jump up in my belly because of him make me do my body. And that's how the thing they know, you know. You are celebrated. You know, the woman them, the man them, you know, the man them still control the capital. We're not getting at them deeper part of the thing, but I guess the man them now, a lot of women who want to do this, them have to access this thing from the man them who have the money and whatever, and then the man them do that. But it's not only the woman them, woman just I tell you when me I hear enough woman I say enough for years. Somehow I don't understand these things and I probably I got shocked. Somehow I listen to me and I say, of course that's a common thing, right? There's a famous dancehall, another dancehall artist and thing, woman who are good too. She do her body and she proudly, you know, display the man and say him give me my body and thing and whatever, and she do her bottom, her breasts and whatever, this and that. That's a common thing. But outside of that, you have women who have them own money, right? And them do them thing. Now here's the thing, and this may sound contradictory from me, but there are a lot of decent, nice people out there who do look at plastic surgery and whatever, and them have great personality, they're wonderful people, they're nice and good, decent human beings. Productive human beings, them go out there, them a work them money. Them now walk and beg people nothing. They're self-sufficient. And it is their choice as grown people. If they want to access this technology, access these resources because they have the financial wherewithal to do so, and it is their choice if they want to do that. But I have friends who do plastic surgery and want great people. So there are thousands, tens of thousands of people out there who do plastic surgery and whatever. So I don't want people to think that, oh, if you do plastic surgery, it's something bad, or just automatically. Plastic surgery is not a dispositive element of your personality. It doesn't define you in totality. Right? And frankly, whether I want to accept it or not, there are people who do plastic surgery and end up feel better about themselves. Them feel more confident. They're more relaxed with themselves, contented with themselves, and can achieve more and do more. Now, that may sound contradictory to where the context from I just established before, where it has come from and why people doing this. But I'm just giving you a balanced perspective on it. So where am I going with this? Now, somehow on me take issue with what me I go say, and that is all right. And I know me I get beaten, right? People give it to me about this left, right, and center all over. So here are my suggestions in terms of your approach to these things. And it is multi-layered. The first layer is this. People, if you have it in you, or you can find it in you, to be comfortable with your body, at any given point, at any point or you look, if you can find it in you to be comfortable with your body and as much as possible happy with yourself, that is the first stage I think you should pursue. People may not judge anybody who do anything. I'm getting there. I'm just saying, you see, this surgery thing, people, it is a very serious thing, you know, man. And a lot of these people who approach plastic surgery and do your body, they think it's something like you go down a supermarket, go buy a pound of flour, and then you come out and you're good. Them think it's something you go buy one car and you drive a car out and you're good. No, and so it works. There is a lot that you have to do before. I was watching a video where this plastic surgeon said, him not do BBL. You know, him not do the liposuction one and the whatever. Him say him not do that. Because him say the risk factor increased so much that something bad can happen to the person that him say him don't even think, you know, ethically, you know, as a surgeon, as a doctor, that him say him not do that. It is invasive. Somebody, imagine your belly big and the doctor going on you and I take out your flesh. Them have to cut you, take out your flesh, and then sew your back. When them a do them something, you never get a little cut with knife and whatever, and they get infected and a beer problem and thing and whatever. When you get a cut, them to put plaster over it quick because you don't want no germs going on it and all them. So imagine your belly a cut out now, and them are going on you and tinker, and I move this, and I move that, and I draw this and that. I am not an expert on these things, you know. Obviously not. It's not me. I am not a cosmetic surgeon. But me think say them are sitting there even more, just from a common sense analysis. My thing is that this is even more complicated than a cesarean section, birth. Even though them cut and take out baby too. And that is super serious. But at least the body is then disposed for that process to take place, right? When you go in and I go to plastic surgery and I take out this and that out of your belly and whatever, like the body no ain't named, they're not disposed with that. It's like an artificial procedure, you know. And remember, no two human being is the same. Except for twins who are triplets who come out of one egg, who are genetically identical and whatever, and even them have some minuscule variation in them genetic makeup, but generally them are the same. And except for them, no two human being is the same. No two human being is the same. And just like with any medication, or if you eat some food or whatever, and some things affect different people differently or whatever, it's the same thing going to apply, right? So, if the thing do good, a lot of people are going to come out okay. But then, just if you play the statistics, there must necessarily be, in a school, them tell about standard distribution, right? Remember that sitting there? When them call it about the bell curve will go up. So you have the thing will go up, so and whatever. And in general, in most things and whatever, you have a standard distribution. In most processes, you have some of them skewed and whatever. When I get in that and a match class with them. I remember mean mode median and then they sitting there and thing. But what the standard distribution mean with the bell come up and thing or whatever is that whatever the thing the process is, most people in a miggle. But then you have the outliers, you know, we farm the bell, we come up so and whatever, this and that, right? And in a process like this right now, you're going to have some outlier. Do you want to be one of the outliers them where something bad going to happen to you because you know in the broader distribution where everybody come out good and whatever? You need to think about that. You really, because you have a little belly, yes, and all them, so you want somebody to cut you and go take out your flesh and whatever. And remember now, as far as how the thing go, if you want bottom, then take out the flesh out of your belly and put it in your bottom. People, that's a complicated, complex, highly risky type of something. And that's something where you go down the road and go buy one patty and cocoa bread and orange juice and come back and you say your belly full. And that's something like that. A serious something. Who don't know the story, you know. But a whole heap of people do this, are sitting there and all kind of complications thing and thing reach them, you know. Some it reach them right after, some it reach them later. Some of them, them come out and them share with me. A whole heap of body get destroyed. You know, see the body them on the internet and thing. The woman them are going to do this and that and thing and them body rotten away. And all them are sitting there, whatever, right? What is interesting, them always show you the body them will do and then get mashed up. But think about it, people. If we always see the body them will do and get mashed up, and that is just a small percentage because most women who do them something and them shame and the stigma and thing and whatever, so them don't want to share it and thing because them, you know, whatever. And the breast them, the problem them with the breast and thing or whatever. Now, if the three main things are breast, the belly, liposuction, and the bottom. But what we're seeing on social media by a small percentage of the people what the thing mash up, we are seeing the bottom of that common and then the breast. But it logically follows that if these women who are doing this surgery, a percentage of them are suffering disastrous results with them bottom and them breast, it follows that the same thing happen with the belly. It's just that the belly part right now, you can't really show it the way you can show it with the breast and the bottom. And I submit to you that the belly part are going to be the more serious one. For obvious reason in terms of all of the organs them we are going there, so you know what them call your core. So, complications that happen with the belly too. I am submitting to you that the part them more sensitive, more critical than the other part them and thing. You understand what I'm saying? So now if you really think about if you really want to do this thing, and if you can't be comfortable with yourself, then be comfortable with yourself. The next stage, if you're not comfortable with yourself, my suggestion is make a next option be make some adjustments with your diet or go work out. That is my suggestion. Go exercise. So, if you're not comfortable and you can't live so with whatever, your next option is to go exercise and see if you can take the long road to achieve the look where you want on your body. Or even if you don't reach the look where you want, at least you can be healthier and you can at least reach halfway or quarter way or three-quarter way or whatever. Now, here's the problem with that one now. Nowadays, nobody know, you hear them say this shot. When we grew up, you see have one saying, shortcut draw blood. Shortcut draw blood. Now, that is not to be understood literally, even though in some instances that literally happen. If you have one long road to go somewhere and you take shortcut through the bush or whatever, I can go juke you up and all and sit there whatever and blood I go jam. But that's what it means. The draw blood mean there are consequences. There can be consequences in varying degrees. Some minimal, some severe. But there can be consequences for shortcut. And the shortcut here is, I can't bother go to gym. I don't have the time and whatever. And I find it interesting, the people, I say, I don't have the time for go gym. But them have the time to spend weeks to do all these activities in preparation for the surgery. Them have the time for fly go do the surgery where them are going to do it. Them have the time for, commit those days for the surgery. Them have the time for commit to a massive process of recuperation and rehabilitation after the surgery or whatever. So them a find time, you know. But them don't find time for go gym. Them a find time for the surgery. So me, all I'm saying is, your second option is to go work. The third thing then, if you don't want to go to the gym, and you say you want to do this thing, yeah, if you are going to do it, then for God's sake, use on the common sense and research the thing thoroughly before you go, and be careful. That you can understand yourself. And this is very, very difficult, you know, because not only with this, in general, most of us, we cannot, if we're addicted to something, or we need something, or we're a prisoner to something, most of us, we can't see it. And human beings are the greatest general to themselves when they must justify something. Human beings are very good at using their minds in ways that make it morally acceptable to do bad things. I hear a scammer explain one time why what he's doing is good for society and nearly dead to clot or whatever. When you hear him talk about history and when them do to black people and when we are take back or whatever, and I listen, right? So people do that. And we're all guilty of that in some way. Everybody, we're guilty of that. I am guilty of that in some way growing up. It's like a bad time. So, I can't bother you, man. This is cheap, yeah. And some, probably not a big like plastic surgery or whatever. But we do these things. So that is a hard part to realize when you're addicted to this thing. I was watching a movie named Running. And in the movie, one of the character, the Robert De Niro character, it was one of them espionage spy movies sitting there. And him for going to one bar, for one meeting and thing, and him edge run for going to a bar and him not know if he going to a bar and thing. But anyway, eventually going to a bar and thing, and then somebody say, "Oh, wait a minute, coming to the bar for the meeting and thing." And him say something I will never forget. Him say, "Listen to me. I never go into any place that I don't know how I can get out of." Him say, I never go into any place that I don't know how we can get out of. And I'm respectfully submitting to you people that many of us, society condition us to do certain things and make it look like it's wrong for think that weird if we say, how would I get out of this if me need to come out of it? Marriage is the biggest example. We're conditioned to think of marriage like forever. You are my forever, till death do us part, and all them something than whatever. I don't need to tell us that some marriages work and some of them feel, see me and come live with me and two different something. I don't need to tell us that people get married and in some terribly abusive situation and thing and don't even know if they come out and feel guilty if them come out and all these things and whatever because they were conditioned to go into this thing and don't have an idea if they need to get out, how they would get out. And it's the same thing with them. Something when you go engage in a big process like this and whatever, you say, I am going to do this thing, this plastic surgery, you know. But you know what? I need to have an understanding, say, if me I go do this and then me achieve the look, then me I go love the look. And then once me start love the look, I have now opened that door. That any flaw, any perceived flaw, any perceived imperfection on my body is that I have to go run, go back, no, run, go back, run, go back, no, run, go back, no. Instant gratification, instant gratification, instant gratification. Because, the shortest distance between two lines is between 2 points is a straight line. So the easy route, because you open up that door there. And I know someone that beat me and say me a pick pineapple. I'm just speaking in general. Me not talk about spice alone or whatever. The years this are going and whatever. Me not touch them something. I'm just telling the right now because, you know, the thing they on a crescendo right now. The debate out there now. So me I make a little input on the thing right now. It's either going to take it or leave it, or if you want to take part of it or so, or whatever. You understand what I say? But you have some people out there who them start this process and them cannot let it go. And worse in them, let me tell you now, you know. You see, if them go do it and them go look good, you know, who praise them? Society, people. Oh, you look good. You look good and whatever. Set them up in a thing, you know, where them now in a position where them nothing don't look good. There's a double negative, but a Jamaican may attack, right? Set them up in a position now where them nothing don't look good, because if you look good now for a plastic surgery and then you don't look good, the same people them who tell you say you look good, and them are going to beat out your nastiness and beat out your clot. Can you stand up to that? If it reaches the point where you have to ignore them. If you can't manage that, leave it alone. Don't go in some place where you don't know how you can come out. Again, if you got a plastic surgery and you look good, and the whole world of praise you say you look good, you look good, you look good right here now. And then you reach a point now where life happens. And certain things may, you know, when you do plastic surgery, you know, it don't change your genetics, you know. So, whatever conditions led to you being in a state where you determined that you needed plastic surgery, those conditions can still be there after you get the plastic surgery and change your state. Which means those conditions can return you to the state you were when you decided to go do it. And what that mean? If the conditions always are return you to that state, what that mean? You're going to keep on and do the plastic surgery, You think your body can't keep up with that? You know how much people do plastic surgery, cosmetic surgery, and them look good, and then after a while, them jump off a farm and think, pressure upon them. Them have to go back. You have to be careful. If you can't manage something there, leave it alone. I don't know this Ragashanti, and what some music go Calabar all them used to call me Donkey Nose Hole because my nose did big. My nose still big. It big when I look at it, it big now. Ragga with the big nose. Everybody know that. You understand? And I used to beat up my clot, and poor me never educated, me never understand the thing and whatever this and that. I be a fight me getting. I stop them up and thing and whatever. And what them do? Them never tell me what them need for tell me and whatever. Then send me go to psychiatrist, Dr. Knight up at University at the West Indies Hospital. And then they send me go Bellevue Hospital where we grew up at Winrad Road, and them say be a mad people go over there and think now the right term is mentally disabled. And if I never for Dr. Agri Irons, who gave me some knowledge and thing in my mind for make me start, you know, for put me on a track for feel good about myself and tell me, say, son, nothing is wrong with your nose. And thing. And I just the first person to tell me, say, nothing ever wrong with me when they call me Donkey Nose. No, no one I don't can't call me Donkey Nose. Call me Donkey Nose. Because what? I'm being honest with you, I'm at a point right now, thankfully, where me very comfortable with my nose. Me know why my nose look the way it look and whatever this and that. I am not saying this out of show off thing. I'm just saying ideally, if you can get to that point where you can be happy with how you look and still good, knowing that some people out there go still say this and that about you, whatever. And when them say it, you can look upon them and say, them is a set of damn idiot. They are the ones that are prisoner to an aesthetic prison that them don't know about, and them are trying to protect it for you. Me, you now watch them and think like that because you're good within yourself. If you can't reach a point there, big things are going for you. Them can't touch you. That is power. That is power. When somebody tell you, boy, you know, look good, and you support them, you all right, me not look good, okay, fine. Bye, Miss Lady. All right, Mr. Man. Think what you want, think. We're good over here. What do you, me I tell you, say, what am I so, Zion him bust a term for me and I call me fat pop. Right? So me I tell her, say, I think it's funny and I think it's cute and whatever. A lady call me, a lady link me and say, you don't think that you're reinforcing body shaming in your children? I'm like, what? Yes, like body shaming is a problem out there, and by joking about this thing like that, you're communicating to your kids that, listen to me. My children understand me. Them know how to joke with me. Me know when to check them. And you see what I tell you, people? People are going to have things to say, and you have to understand your thing. Me have no problem with my opinion when I call me fat pop. Somebody else them may hear that and be like, oh my God, Jesus Christ, oh Lord God, what am I going to do? I'm going to have to get a surgery. No, you don't have to. People, again, if you can reach a point of mental health, sometimes when I hear mental health, I want to start thinking about schizophrenia and medication and prescription. Mental health, where your mind is so healthy that you're comfortable with yourself and you love your natural self. I'm not judging anybody, I'm just saying. If you can get to that point, kudos. If you're not at that point, there's nothing wrong with exercise. Exercising is good for you. Whether or not you're comfortable with yourself, exercising is good for everybody. And you can exercise towards an objective of, wellness and thing and whatever, and to achieve some adjustment in your body from exercising. Apply yourself, go to the gym, or if you can't go to the gym or whatever, talk to somebody who know about this and whatever. And if you feel that you really need to do the plastic surgery, and you go do it, for God's sake, just understand where you're getting, huh? And two, if you're in it and you reach the point where the doctor them tell you, say, me can't do this or we can't do that, listen to them and leave it alone. You have to have that something there. That's why I always tell you, anything where you love in a life, anything where you need in a life, always be able to say no to it. Because that are your weakness. Because that are your weak spot. And that can cause your destruction. That are the theory. But love for going to anecdotal examples, So that are the theory. What is the facts? I always admire women who love money, and tell us them love money. Money have to run them telling them the boy to them thing. If money not run, good money. And at the same time, a man can't clown them out with money. At the same time, you have some women out there that love money. I tell us some money are them weakness. But it's if a man I look them and I lyrics them and I tell him about everything we have and how much money we have, it's just a turnout. She's like, okay, forget you. Bye, Mr. Sar. Bye. That is power. Because what those women can do, they're telling you that them have this weakness to this thing, but them can't say no to it. To go back to the metaphor we used earlier, they have entered into a space where them love money, but them no say. Them health and the continued existence and them survival may require them to be able to get out of that space should the necessity arise. You don't want to pick up this plastic surgery thing or whatever, end up being so addicted to it and whatever. I see other example like that to start justifying some real. Yo, I see some people are bleaching or whatever. And you know one thing I know with bleaching? Jesus have mercy. Yo, me down at East Queen Street one time and I hear two bleacher attack and one of them attack about somebody else or them bleaching turn up. I hear one to the other one. Yo, me say she look good. Me say the whole her vein them just stand out. You see all her vein them and her skin thin. And it's like I can't sit you her skin. Yo, I want to cuss some but listen to me now, man. That is crazy this when they reach a point now when you justify them something there. You justify your addiction because you can't let it go. So I see this thing blew up out there now. Plastic surgery, cosmetic surgery, blew up. Everybody are running. Not everybody, but what if people are running? Yo, now be careful, yo. Me not judge you, not big people, not do what you want to do. You understand, right? Because that is one of the reasons why I don't do it. Because I'm telling you, because I'm not a hypocrite. I have great friends who have done this, right? And really, really, really good friends. And they're all women. I just happen to know all women. And some of them, it's just they want look at personal satisfaction and they have control over it. They're not excessive with it. They're not slave to it. So there are a lot of successful stories out there with people who are living, who have done it and they're living, competent and balanced, progressive lives and they're happy with themselves and they're not suffering any medical complication of it. But I'm saying there is also a sizable percentage out there that you don't hear all of them, even with all those little stories where you see on social media. Those are just the exceptions who come out and show it. Right? And make you be honest. You see how some people them do it and whatever, and when you look upon them, they look awful, and in a fit them mind, nothing no prouder than them the way them walk with it. Right? We saw a man with some bottom out there when the body hang down over here, so and if you see how them a walk and wine and sure so them look good, enough of them OD on it. Never say come see. You get bust on it, so you have to get it enough. And then when you get enough, the enough can't be enough. I'm not judging the people. I'm not putting on down. I'm just saying that there are options there, there are layers there, and on a need to engage in the necessary introspection and be honest with yourself and check yourself if you have a weakness for something. Check yourself if, why you're shame about something about yourself, and check yourself if, I'm being blunt, check yourself. Why is it that when people say certain things about your looks and whatever, you feel so bad and things like that? Remember, I see somebody do a look at thing, I think, what's her name, Penelope Cruz, or what she want name, the one of them Latina actress then. And she said, yeah, an interesting thing, she said, if somebody come and insult you in a foreign language, it's not going to impact you, She said, if somebody come say something bad to you in a foreign language where you don't understand, you not going to feel bad, You know why? Because you don't understand what them say. And you know what that mean? When somebody insults you and you feel bad, another insult make you feel bad. Is you make yourself feel bad. Again, if somebody come and insult you in a foreign language, and you don't understand what them say, you don't have to feel bad. And that means it's not the insult make you feel bad when somebody insults you and you feel bad. If somebody insults you in your language and you understand it and you feel bad, another insult make you feel bad. It's you make yourself feel bad. So, and society is unforgiving, cruel, and brutal in other sense there. In terms of where it have put down people, or people look and how people steer and all them something that whatever. And you have to find out the internal fortitude there. For when people chat up some things about you, you don't give a damn about what them want to say. and you can't happy same way. You don't want to live your life where somebody a fling them look a dirty, nasty mouth pan you and whatever, and that I give you stress, I give you anxiety, I make you shame and you don't want to wear certain clothes and whatever. That's why I tell people that sometimes, when me see them dancehall woman, sometimes, when all certain fashion come out and them fling it and see me and wear it and them not care and them just proud and confident, and if you ever try even say certain things to them class you up and send you up somewhere and all them way there whatever, cause them just have that thing the way, them feel good about themselves or whatever, and nobody now stop them from wear that something that a short, something that for that wear them off it in. So you have that set of people and them don't care what you say. Right? And you want that thing that genuinely where you don't even a fake it. It just dead there. When you don't even have to argue with somebody or cuss them back or something or feel bad or whatever. When somebody will come at them where they are, it's a society out there where they want to make some statements based upon the Euro paradigm about who look good and who not look good and offer here this and that and whatever them thing there. You can't just keep back and sorry for them nastiness because them just underdeveloped. Them not bright. You see me? People. Plastic surgery, doing your body and all these things. If you can reach a point where you're comfortable with who you are right now, regardless of how you're going to look, you're happy and you're comfortable, you can live a life good. You and your relations, them with your children and your partner, or whoever you're there with, or your mother and whatever, you're still happy and you do the things, and you go out there, you go and put a little picnic, you go and a little party, you go to church, you do your work, you laugh and you enjoy life. Same way if belly big, if cellulite there, so and whatever, this and that, and boom. And also, if something did it and you work on it and you watch your diet and you cut up on the salt, kind of retain water, and you watch your sugar and them something that is important, right? So while you're engaged in some lifestyle adjustment, you go to the gym, you work out, you try a little best, and do a little sit up until you can bail the tree and then you keep on trying, and next day you do 4, and then next, and you do 5, and you're in a process and you work on your body that way there, whatever, you can still be happy right through them look a thing the way you work. You probably don't have time this week. You take a little break for that month and you go back to it and thing and you cut down on the dessert them and you do them look at something and that is life. But right through that you still feel good about yourself. Or if you decide, say, you're going to look at something, you really want to do some plastic and you feel like you can manage it or whatever, and think of wherever you get the money from, however you secure the resources to do it, and you do it, listen to the doctor. Don't become a prisoner to it. Don't go in and something that if you're going to get addicted to it. If you're in it and your sister you're addicted to it, you have to develop that resolve to say, this is going too far. The doctor said, me not to do no more, so me not go do no more. And me not want to go dead over this thing. Yeah. It reached a point where me just have to go hold it like this. People are going to beat me. So what? Yeah, me going to feel a little weird. And I know this is easier said than done because it may be that your woman left you, maybe that your man left you. Kind of look good again because they may go look somebody else now because you know look like them or whatever. It may be that you know entertainment and you know get certain opportunities anymore and think, yeah, that's gonna happen. But that means that now you have to go come up with some alternatives. You may have to make some adjustments in your career. And in some instances it won't be easy. But remember, shortcut draw blood. And if you get addicted to shortcut, then be prepared to face the consequences. Because remember another thing where old time people said to it, every day a bucket go well, one day the bottom must drop out. Well, will I break? We soon forward.
New style, yes, new flow, yes.
The Bridge 99 FM to the world.
This is Zion Stewart, and you're listening to my dad, the awesome Ragashanti, on Bridge 99 FM.
All right, back into the juggling, people. We have about 20 minutes to go before we let go the show in 990 and things. So I open the phone lines and thing if anybody want to call in and anything you want to share or comment on and thing. All right? If you're calling from Jamaica, the number is 876-676-4996. 876-676-4996. 876-676-4996. One more time. 876-676-4996. If you're calling from the United States or Canada, the toll-free number is 888-546-8742. 888-546-8742. 888-546-8742. 888-546-8742. Again, you know, there's several things we make a little talk on, but people, this thing explode and gone out the wicked way. The thing a trend you know, while some people who no need for do it, I do it. You know them brown people who you say a bleach and you're like, what am I bleach for? Because, you know, it's a thing, you know. Give me a call, Prezi. Hello. 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 Prezi. I not hear nobody. Yeah, hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
How are you?
Good. Where go on?
So, I was listening to you, and I kind of want to share my plastic surgery experience.
Okay.
Yeah. So, 6 years ago, I had some work done. I had my breast done, and I did that after breastfeeding my child. My child was a straight picky baby, right? And so after breastfeeding him for almost 3 years, I had lost a lot of my breast tissue.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
I'm somebody who works out. I'm somebody who works out a lot, and so I was very conscious about, you know, my body and whatnot. I take care of myself, but I considered doing. I wanted to get a lift because my breast, after breastfeeding for almost 3 years, my breasts were sagging. They really were, and you know, it didn't. I look at myself, and I didn't like the way it looked, right. And so I thought about it. I consulted with the surgeon. I knew the surgeon because I worked in medical, you know. I knew the surgeon, and I consulted, and we talked about it. And I was still concerned. There was still a reservation there because I was like, man, I don't want to do this thing because it's so invasive, right? And so when I consulted with him, he told me I wanted a breast lift, right? I just wanted to get rid of the excess skin, and he said you cannot get a breast lift because what's going to happen is after removing all that skin, you're gonna be flat chested, right?
Oh, okay.
Yes, and I said, oh my God, I don't want to put anything in my body, you know, because I was really, you know, I've heard stories and stuff like that. So I did my research, talked to other people, and breast implants now, they're pretty advanced, but there's still complications, right? So after I thought about it for a couple months or whatever, and then I decided that I was going to do it. And I did it, and I am fine. That's as far as I go. I wouldn't want to do anything else. I'm pleased with the results, but even after 6 years, of course, you could still develop complications and all of that, because whenever I go to the dentist, I still have to take antibiotics before I go to the dentist, right? Because in cleaning your teeth, the dentist is digging in your mouth. Bacteria can get into your bloodstream. It's very complicated. You still have to be very careful.
Oh, so from having done your breast, right? And you're saying you didn't get a lift, so you did what? A different procedure? That what?
No. I did the lift. He had to do the lift to get rid of the excess skin.
Right.
But he had to do the implants as well.
Right. Okay. So you're saying that,
right.
And this was 6 years ago.
6 years ago, yes.
And then,
yes.
but I'm learning here, and you're saying though, when you're going to the dentist, right? The average lay person and thing would never think that going to the dentist has anything to do with somebody who has done their breast. But what you're saying is that when you're going to the dentist, there's certain precautions you have to take with respect to your breast when you go to the dentist.
Yes. Yes.
And those precautions are what? Are what? They're what?
You have to take antibiotics, certain antibiotics. Amoxicillin, I think that's what it is, yes. So if I'm getting any procedure done on my mouth, like if I'm getting my teeth clean or any kind of dental work done, I have to take antibiotics, because what happens if, dentist digging in your teeth or, whatever, scraping, whatever, and say, for instance, one of the tools prick you then, right? That bacteria can get into your bloodstream and get behind the implants and cause an infection. So, yes. I mean, people...
So, hold on. So, what I'm hearing is that from having done your breast, and I'm assuming that you got the desired result that you wanted, right?
Yes.
But it also established a whole different lifestyle, a whole different a permanent state of awareness with a whole bunch of other things that you could do with your, like you could get a cut or something, or get an injury or whatever, and you have to think about what the implications are for your breast that you did 6 years ago.
Yes.
Wow.
I am someone who constantly brushes my teeth. And so I have to think about it. Like, I have friends who've done their breasts as well, but their surgeon didn't tell them these things. They didn't know. And I told them, like, look, you have to take those precautions, because if bacteria gets into your bloodstream, it can get, and this is with any kind of implant. It could be a knee, someone having a knee implant or anything like that. They have to take those same kind of precautions. So if you have an implant inside of your body, yes, you have to take antibiotics if you're going to, to the dentist and stuff. Yes.
Well, outside of implant, and that is something that is permanent in your body. But and then I am ignorant about these things, as I've declared already. But I'm also thinking that while it is a case that there's not an implant in in terms of liposuction, it's about people who do that, it's about getting their stomach flat. And but in the case of men, hold on. In the case of men, it's an implant. Men are implanting six-pack now. I don't know if you're aware of that.
Yes.
But I'm thinking that even with liposuction, just that with all those adjustments in your body, particularly the very common and very popular, butt area and things like that, that they too have some sort of permanent lifestyle adjustment that they have to adopt and sustain right throughout the rest of their lives and whatever. And I'm just saying that just speaks to, again, it dismisses this whole notion that some people have, like, you just gotta do it and it's done and you're good, and you live your life after.
Don't.
Like it's just not like that.
No, you do not. And I don't know if some of these, and I'm not judging anybody. I have breast implants. I'm not judging anyone, but I don't know if they are aware of that fact too, about the whole antibiotics and stuff like that, and going to the dentist, getting your teeth cleaned. I don't know if people are.
Hold on. That might be a consequence of who and the type of person you go to, because I don't need to tell you. I think you're probably aware of this, that a lot of these women, in order to pursue value and to get it done, at a good price and whatever. What I understand is that some of them are subjecting themselves to a kind of mass-produced type of thing, a quick in, quick out and thing, and get the next customer for the next money maker and them something there. And just like with everything else, not all surgeons are the same, I would think, and some of them it's about the money, and some of them are probably not properly trained, and some of them are con artists and whatever and things like that. So it's given the popularity of it and given the demand and given how lucrative it is for people who are engaging in this and whatever. We all know that there's going to be that element of chicanery and fraud and deceit and cutting corners and all these things and whatever. So it can be a perilous space, to go into, and I'm saying all this again to reiterate the point that, listen, if you don't have to do it, don't do it, because once you enter that world, is that you're changing your life forever after that,
Right. You have changed your life forever. I mean, you cannot do this thing on a hookup. You know what I mean? Like, I know this doctor. You cannot. You have to do your research. You have to do your research. And that's what I did. And like I said, I was not comfortable initially with the whole thought of, getting implants, because I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm putting something in my body. What if something happens? I had nightmares, and the night before I did the surgery, I had a nightmare. Like, this is an elective surgery. You're choosing to do this, right? And things could happen, But like I said, I take my precautions, and every time I'm going to the dentist,
and then with other things that may come up. Blessings, man. Thank you for calling in and sharing that with us, okay? And providing that perspective on it and things like that, because I mean, you really
I want people to know that it's not just. Yeah, I just want people to know that it's not just, like with implants, you just put them in your body and then, you just go about your life. No, there are other things that, you kind of have to do too.
Yeah, you're taking on a whole new, I wouldn't say burden, but you're taking on a whole new weight, that you can't ignore, All right, thank you so much. I appreciate that, all right?
All righty. Cool. Bye-bye.
Okay, we have about 8 minutes to go. And again, if you're calling from Jamaica, the number is 876-676-4996, 876-676-4996, 876-676-4996, 876-676-4996. From the United States, it's 888-546-8742, 888-546-8742, 888 546-8742. People, this thing has been going on for a long time. Some people don't know that one of the common things them that bodybuilders are, they were known to do plastic surgery, particularly on their calves. Right, particularly black men and thing who, the calves of, just by genetics, the calves didn't develop too well. Even from me, I look up in and thing here, so them I do plastic surgery upon them calf, to make them calf bigger for look good and whatever. Just have to be careful. Give me that call, Prezi. Hello. 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 Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes. Hello.
Yes, Mr. Raga.
Greetings.
Yeah, blessed, Mr. Raga.
Mana.
Greetings.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Manners and respect. Yeah. First time I get through to you. I'm listening every day in my day at work, but
cool,
first
man.
time I get through to you right now.
All right.
Yeah, man. Bless yourself, man.
See him?
Yeah, so I have a little insight tomorrow with one your argument I make about the whole surgery thing, because me done a surgery and in my head one time before when me in Jamaica before I migrated to the US.
Seeing?
And it was a small little bump, very soft, like it just pop up in my head like a pimple.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And when me done a surgery on it in Jamaica, and over the years, even when we go to the doctor today in the US, them ask you if you ever done any surgery before.
Right.
So
right.
any form of surgery you done on your body, any form of surgery you done on your body, when you go to the doctor, I am not sure about Jamaica, because I migrate from down the long time. But may I say, any time you're in the US and you go to the doctor, they might ask you if you ever done any surgery before. You understand me? So that simple mean it have an effect on going further in basically on whatever approach you have to take to whatever the situation may be.
Permanently.
You
It's
know
like
what I mean?
it can potentially it can affect you in some way for the rest of your life. I tore all the ligaments in my knee playing basketball donkey years ago and things like that, and I had to have what they call orthoscopic surgery. And to this day, things come. I can know when rain are going to fall. Just think about them. I can know when rain are going to fall or when the weather are going to change in certain ways, just from what's going on with the four screws them in my knee and all them little thing there, whatever, and things like that. So once, them go inside of your body and make some adjustment with a surgery and whatever.
Most definitely.
Yeah, it's a lifetime thing. You're depend right this one. And it's not a thing where you run go down
encounter with.
Yeah, you run go down at the supermarket, go pick up a box juice or thing and come back and like that, You see?
Definitely.
You see?
Definitely.
But have you
on the whole,
go on.
Yeah, and the whole bleaching thing that we refer to.
Yeah.
But I have a whole story on that thing there, where all the police come around my place one time, for a Jamaican woman where the monks more at the time and with a help her out and them thing there.
Yeah.
And me just go lay on for a bleaching cream, brother, because me not too like, me a churchman, I'm not really too like it. I love natural woman, with everything natural.
Okay.
Supposed to look natural.
Okay.
I understand. You can't set up your little ear, but the bag of whole heap of wig and the whole heap of something. I love natural stuff. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So me kind of address it to that, brother. She have a bleaching cream, and me tell you say, I talk to her about the bleaching cream. I'm gonna lay my hands on the bleaching cream, brother. And I tell you, the woman literally flip out on the really.
She snap, no. She get brinkled, look. You touch her bleaching cream, don't.
Brother.
Bombard stuff. What more? When they touch the bleaching cream, what she do?
The woman rush me and jump on me, brother. And start to slap me. And when me get up my strength and shake her off of me. You understand me? All right, you are going on. You see, since this is going on, you have to work. You can't work with them. You understand me? Well, the woman call the police. The woman call the police and tell the police that me I beat her. The police end up lock me up and lock she up.
Bombard.
And me end up bail out myself. Out of jail. And Raga never tell you the goodness of my heart when they do. He said me come out of jail because she never have no family around the place.
You gonna be a lot.
And me same one. I have to send some people to be on. I go down to one church. Where they down the road from where me live, and go down the road to tell the people and say, boy, the lady will come down here one time, she there lock up on the body of the bail, and I saw the people them send some woman down at the place go bail out the woman in the ragga.
Jano.
Go bail out the woman in the.
Yeah.
You understand me? Just over bleaching.
Over bleaching cream because it's why it represent that. You see, it's not just the rubbing alone. You know, like but your people them say, you always try to get people to understand that you have the actual and then you have the representation. So you may do something literal, but that thing have a meaning to it. Yes. So you see them people that them bleach, and for she bleach, and she may look lighter, but when she look lighter, she feel different. When she look lighter, people relate to her different. When she look lighter, she make more money. When she look lighter, her psychology and her self-esteem is heightened or whatever. So what I'm saying is, at them someday you are threatening right there now, it become an existential issue, the bleaching cream now become an existential, a deep something,
Most definitely.
Yeah, man. Oh, Lord, man. Anyway, we run out of time, but big up.
Psychological.
Yeah.
You see, you have a psychological effect on them workers.
Yes, and it's the same thing with the body thing, whatever.
Yes.
Hold on, real quickly. You know one Jamaican celebrity named Yannick, right? And them call her Curvy Diva Yannick, right? Right?
Yeah, man. Over the internet.
All right. Listen to me, man. Yannick, go do her body and whatever, and you have some people that like plastic surgery and whatever. But you have a whole heap of people rate her and say she look good. And a big things are going on for Yannick, when she do her body, Let me tell her, say Yannick up there, and boss, big tune and all these things.
I never saw one piece of her drop off or lean up with you.
Hold on, man. Then that me I tell her, man, Yannick body drop where Roddy and thing, and Yannick put on weight and spread with and all that. Then beat her. Say somebody pinch me and tell me, say Yannick, gone, fix up again, gone back and say whatever, because them beat her, batter her, the and thing and whatever. Yeah.
Firm it up again.
No, and she gone. But I say, I don't know what's going on with her, but from when I hear, because I see the beating, God, when them something, I never say nothing about it. At the first I say something about it on here. But I see the beating, and I see where her bottom did a job where, and I see how, she get really fat and all them something. And I see how them deal with her wicked, and I said, somebody a pinch me, I say, Yannick, gone in again, I say, John, I wonder if she gone in because of the beating with the people them a give her and thing. But that's something that I tell you about. It's just a complicated thing. You have a strong man and have the internal resolve there to say, yo, when I go from here, I'm not going to kill myself. You know what I look at something there and thing. Anyway, respect for the meds here, sir. You see it, man. Protection, man. Seeing manners. Alright, people, I hit that, ligaments, and do remember some man forward up this Wednesday. Wednesday, 10 o'clock, same way. 10 o'clock Wednesday. Right, yes, sir. I saw the thing said. Ragashanti Live. Bridge 99 FM, proper thing. Alright, take care of yourself, people. Outer road.